240 million PCs. That is the exact number of machines that Microsoft quietly condemned to obsolescence when Windows 10 support ended on October 14th, 2025. Not because those machines stopped working, not because the hardware inside them became incapable, but because Microsoft drew a line and said that if your CPU or your TPM chip did not meet an arbitrary specification, you were done. Pay up for new hardware, accept Windows 11 with its surveillance features and AI integrations you never asked for, or figure out something else entirely. A massive portion of those 240 million users chose something else, and the two operating systems they chose in overwhelming numbers are sitting directly in front of you in this comparison today. Zorin OS 18.1, which just dropped on April 15th, 2026, and Linux Mint 22. 3. Xena, which landed in January 2026. Both are free. Both run on the hardware Windows abandoned. Both are built to feel familiar to anyone who has spent the last decade on Windows. And they are not the same operating system, and choosing the wrong one for your specific situation is going to cost you more frustration than it saves you in licensing fees. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which one belongs on your machine, understand the real performance numbers, and have every piece of information you need to make a permanent decision today. Before we go head-to-head, you need to understand what is actually happening in the Linux world right now, because the numbers are unprecedented and they matter to your decision. Zorin OS 18. 1 reached 3 million total downloads in just 6 months. To put that in perspective, they hit 1 million downloads the moment Windows 10 support ended in October. They crossed 2 million when Zorin OS 18 launched 3 months later, and they just crossed 3 million at the 18. One release. That is not a niche operating system for terminal enthusiasts. That is a mass migration event, and the Zorin team, which is still an incredibly lean operation run by the brothers Artyom and Kirill Zorin out of Dublin, Ireland, is handling it with a product that has clearly resonated with exactly the audience it was designed for. Linux Mint, on the other hand, has been the most consistently recommended Linux distribution for Windows switchers for years. The community is larger, the documentation runs deeper, and the reputation for stability is unmatched in the beginner-friendly Linux space. Linux Mint 22. 3. Xena is also built on Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. So both of these distributions share the same foundation, the same software repositories, and the same long-term support window running through 2029. This comparison is not Windows versus Linux. That debate is already settled for anyone in this audience. This comparison is about which Linux gives you the better version of the transition you have already decided to make. The first thing that separates these two distributions is what happens during and immediately after installation, and the experience is meaningfully different. Zorin OS 18. 1 is built from the ground up around the assumption that you have never used Linux before and that you are arriving directly from Windows. The installer walks you through the process with language that assumes no prior knowledge. And more importantly, what happens after installation is where Zorin has made a move that no other distribution has executed at this level. They have expanded their built-in database for detecting Windows application installers by more than 40%, bringing the total to over 240 recognized applications. When you sit down on a fresh Zorin OS installation and try to run a Windows executable, say the Plex installer or the setup file for any of the 240 covered applications, Zorin OS intercepts that action and displays a dialog that tells you the best way to use that application on Linux. For most apps, it redirects you to the native Linux version in the software store. For Windows exclusive applications with no Linux equivalent, it suggests the closest functional alternative. Evolution Mail instead of Microsoft Outlook, for instance. This is migration assistance baked into the operating system itself, treating the switch from Windows as a guided process rather than a technical project you have to figure out entirely alone. Linux Mint 22. 3 takes a different approach. The installer is clean and functional, and it is highly unlikely to cause you any serious problems during setup. But Mint assumes a slightly more capable user than Zorin does. Not a power user, not someone who lives in the terminal, but someone who is willing to spend a few hours configuring their setup after installation to get everything working exactly how they want it. The new Mint menu in 22. 3 has been redesigned with a fresh look, the search bar has moved to the bottom, and the overall visual polish has taken a noticeable step forward from 22. 2, but you are not getting the same hand-holding migration experience that Zorin 18. 1 delivers for someone arriving directly from Windows. Round 1 verdict. If you are a complete Linux newcomer migrating straight from Windows, Zorin 18. 1's guided migration experience is genuinely better than anything else in the beginner-friendly Linux space right now. If you have touched Linux before or are comfortable spending a few hours configuring your setup independently, the installation experience difference becomes irrelevant very quickly. This is where the philosophical difference between these two distributions becomes concrete, and it is a difference that will define your daily experience for as long as you run the operating system. Zorin OS 18. One uses a customized GNOME desktop with 27 separate GNOME extensions that collectively transform the standard GNOME experience into something that Windows users recognize immediately. You get a taskbar along the bottom, a start menu in the corner, system tray icons, window behaviors that mirror what you spent years using on Windows. The whole familiar layout is there without any configuration required. The advanced window tiling feature in 18.1 has been significantly improved with new layout options and a feature that allows you to bring a group of related windows to the front with a single click, making multitasking feel more organized than the standard tiling options most Linux distributions offer. Status icons for applications now display directly in the system tray panel, so you can check app status or access quick functions without opening the full application window. The visual language across Zorin 18.1 is polished, modern, and consistent in a way that makes the operating system feel like a complete intentional product rather than an assembled collection of open source components. Zorin Appearance, the built-in theme manager, now includes yellow and brown as color options alongside the existing palette, and the overall desktop themes have been refreshed with a more rounded appearance. For RTL language users, Arabic, Hebrew, the panel now correctly reverses the order of its components, which is a detail that demonstrates the kind of completeness the Zorin team is aiming for. Linux Mint 22. 3 uses the Cinnamon desktop environment, and Cinnamon is one of the most genuinely Windows-like desktop environments in the Linux world, not because it imitates Windows superficially, but because it works the way Windows users expect a desktop to work. A taskbar, a start menu, a system tray, right-click context menus that behave predictably, window management that does what you expect without surprises. Cinnamon, 6. 0, included in Mint 22. 3 offers a level of customization depth that exceeds what Zorin's GNOME-based desktop provides. The applet system, the desklet system, the extension system, the theme system, every visual and behavioral element of the Cinnamon desktop can be adjusted through graphical tools without touching a configuration file. The Linux Mint community has spent years building an ecosystem of Cinnamon customizations, and that ecosystem is larger and more mature than Zorin's extension library. Mint also ships with 3 desktop environments, Cinnamon, XFCE, and Mate, giving you meaningful choices about how your desktop behaves before you install anything additional. Zorin OS Lite, the XFCE-based lightweight edition, that returned in 18.1 gives Zorin a comparable lightweight option, but the choice of desktop environments within a single Zorin installation is more limited than what Mint provides out of the box. Round 2 verdict. Zorin 18.1 wins on visual polish and out-of-the-box coherence. Linux Mint 22, 3 wins on customization depth, desktop environment flexibility, and the maturity of its customization ecosystem. Your preference for which matters more is going to be a personal call that depends on how much you plan to configure versus how much you want to work immediately without configuration. Performance is where these two distributions diverge in ways that matter most to users on older or lower specification hardware, which, given the Windows 10 migration context, describes a substantial portion of the audience making this choice right now. A fresh Linux Mint 22. 3 installation sits at idle using between 500 and 800 megabytes of RAM. Let that number settle for a moment, because Windows 11 on identical hardware is consuming between 2 and 4 gigabytes of RAM before you have opened a single application. On a machine with 8 gigabytes of RAM, the difference between an operating system consuming 700 megabytes at idle versus 3 gigabytes at idle is the difference between a machine that feels fast and a machine that feels like it is constantly fighting itself. Boot time on Linux. Mint 22. 3 consistently comes in under 20 seconds on machines with a solid state drive, compared to 30 to 45 seconds for Windows 11 on the same hardware. These are not theoretical benchmarks. They are the real numbers that users moving from Windows to Mint report consistently. Zorin OS 18.1 performs comparably to Mint on modern hardware, but the baseline idle RAM consumption is slightly higher due to the GNOME shell and its extension stack. Under real-world use, the difference between Zorin and Mint on a modern machine with 8 or more gigabytes of RAM is not meaningful enough to drive a hardware decision. On machines with 4 to 6 gigabytes of RAM, Linux Mint's lower idle consumption starts to translate into a more responsive experience during multitasking sessions. Zorin OS Lite, the XFCE 4, 20-based edition that returned with the 18.1 release, changes this calculation significantly. Zorin Lite is aimed at older or lower specification hardware and delivers performance that equals or outperforms Linux Mint's XFCE edition on the same machines. If your hardware is genuinely old, We are talking laptops from 2012 to 2016, machines with 4 gigabytes of RAM or less. Zorin Lite and Linux Mint XFCE are both legitimate options, and the performance difference between them is marginal. Under the hood, both distributions are now running on Linux kernel 6. 17 via the Ubuntu hardware enablement stack, delivering improved driver support for newer GPU generations, including NVIDIA and Intel Xe3 graphics. Zorin 18. One specifically calls out improved compatibility with gaming handhelds like the Asus ROG Ally, game controllers including the PlayStation 5 DualSense, and peripherals including Apple's Magic Mouse 2. Linux Mint 22. 3 shipped with kernel 6. 14 by default. With 6, 17 available through the HWE stack. But the Mint team made a deliberate policy decision in 22. 3 to stop automatically pushing newer kernel versions to users, requiring manual selection through the Update Manager's kernel menu. This is a stability-first decision that will protect users on older hardware from unexpected breakage, but requires slightly more awareness to take advantage of newer kernel improvements. Round 3 verdict: Linux Mint is marginally more efficient at idle on standard hardware. On older or low-spec hardware, Zorin Lite and Mint XFCE are essentially equivalent. On modern hardware with adequate RAM, this round is essentially a tie. Both distributions are built on Ubuntu 24. Zo 4 LTS, which means they share access to the same enormous Ubuntu software repository. Thousands of applications available through standard package management. The fundamental software availability question is not a differentiator between these two distributions. The question is how each handles the experience of finding and installing that software. Zorin OS 18, one software store is specifically designed for users who have never managed software through a Linux package manager before. The interface is curated and beginner-friendly, and the expanded Windows Application Detection Database means that the first time you try to install something you used on Windows, Zorin is likely going to recognize it and guide you toward the right Linux equivalent automatically. This is a meaningful quality of life feature for the first weeks of using a new operating system, when software discovery and installation friction can break a migration before it has a chance to succeed. Linux Mint's software manager is more fully featured and gives you more information about each application, more control over installation sources, and better integration with the Flatpak ecosystem for applications that are not available through standard repositories. The Mint software manager is excellent. It just assumes slightly more user intent than Zorin's curated store. On the topic of Flatpaks and snaps, Linux Mint 22. 3 explicitly does not install snaps by default and does not encourage their use, shipping Firefox and Thunderbird as traditional deb packages rather than the snap versions that Ubuntu uses. This is a deliberate choice by the Mint team to maintain software management transparency and avoid the performance overhead that snap packages can introduce. Zorin OS takes a similar approach with a light Flatpak presence but no snaps. Both distributions land in essentially the same position on this question. Both distributions include LibreOffice as the default Office suite. Zorin OS 18, 1 ships with LibreOffice 26. 2, the latest version, which includes significantly improved compatibility with Microsoft Office 365 formats, native Markdown support, and performance improvements for complex spreadsheet operations. This matters for anyone who will be exchanging documents with colleagues still using Microsoft Office. And for most users making this migration, that is essentially everyone. Round 4 verdict: Zorin wins on beginner-friendly software discovery and guided migration. Mint wins on depth of software management control and maturity of its package ecosystem management tools. For pure day-to-day access to applications, they are equivalent. This is the round where both distributions beat Windows unconditionally and categorically, and it is worth being explicit about why. Windows 11 runs a continuous telemetry system that collects behavioral data, application usage patterns, hardware configuration information, and interaction signals, and transmits them to Microsoft's infrastructure on Microsoft's schedule, consuming your CPU and network resources in the background throughout every computing session. You have seen that in the reference content for this channel. The settings you have to deliberately navigate through to reduce the optional telemetry collection that Windows enables by default. Neither Zorin OS nor Linux Mint collect behavioral telemetry. Neither runs background data transmission processes, serving a corporation's commercial data requirements. Neither pushes promotional content or AI feature suggestions into your desktop session. The RAM, the CPU cycles, and the network bandwidth that Windows was spending on those processes are returned to you entirely on both of these distributions. On long-term stability, both Zorin OS 18.1 and Linux Mint 22. 3 are supported with software updates and security patches until 2029. Zorin specifies June 2029. Mint specifies April 2029. You install either of these distributions today, and you have 3+ years of a stable supported operating system without a single mandatory upgrade to a new version, without a forced feature change you did not request, and without a surprise interface redesign that makes your muscle memory useless. The update experience itself is worth addressing because it is one of the most common pain points Windows users cite about their previous operating system. Linux updates on both distributions are applied without forced reboots during your working session. You control when you apply updates. You control when you restart to finalize them. No mid-work interruption because Microsoft decided this moment was the right time to push a cumulative update. Round 5 verdict. Both distributions win this round unconditionally relative to Windows. Between the two, they are essentially equivalent on privacy, telemetry, and long-term support. The tiebreaker is community scale. Linux Mint's forum community is one of the largest and most mature help communities in the Linux world, which translates directly into faster answers when you inevitably encounter something unfamiliar. This is the round that actually matters, because the right answer for you is not the same as the right answer for the person who shares your hardware but uses their computer differently. Choose Zorin OS 18. 1. If you are making this migration for the first time and you want the operating system to guide the transition actively rather than leaving discovery to you. If you want a modern, visually polished desktop that looks and feels intentionally designed from the first boot without configuration work. If you're setting up a machine for a family member, a parent, or a colleague who needs a computer that just works without requiring technical patience. If your workflow involves applications that have Linux equivalents you're not yet familiar with, Zorin's application detection database will save you time finding those equivalents. If you are drawn to the Wayland display protocol with fractional scaling enabled by default, which delivers noticeably crisper font rendering on high DPI displays, particularly relevant for photography, design, or any work where display accuracy matters, choose Linux Mint 22. 3. If you want the deepest customization control available in a beginner-friendly Linux distribution. If you have spent any time with Linux before and know what you want from your desktop configuration. If raw performance at idle and on older hardware is your primary concern. If community support depth matters to you, the Mint Forum community is one of the largest Linux help resources in the world, and answers to almost any question a new Linux user encounters are already documented there. If you prefer a desktop environment that has been refined specifically for efficiency and familiarity over decades, rather than one that layers Windows familiarity on top of a GNOME foundation. If you prioritize the Cinnamon desktop's native behavior over Zorin's GNOME with extensions approach. And if your hardware is genuinely old, a machine from 2012 to 2016 with 4 gigabytes of RAM or less, download Zorin OS Lite for the XFCE experience with Zorin's migration tools, or download Linux Mint with the XFCE desktop. Either will breathe performance back into hardware that Windows had been suffocating for years. Here is the reality of where we stand in 2026. The two best free Windows replacements available today are both in this comparison, and they are both excellent. The gap between Zorin OS 18.1 and Linux Mint 22. 3 is not a gap between a good choice and a bad choice. It is a gap between two different philosophies about how a new Linux user should be supported through the transition. Zorin does more of the work for you up front and delivers a more polished, guided experience that minimizes friction in the first weeks. Mint gives you more control, performs marginally better on constrained hardware, and connects you to a larger established community that will still be actively helping new users years from now. What neither of them does, and this is the point that should close the decision for anyone still hesitant, is run a telemetry system draining your resources for a corporation's benefit. Neither forces hardware upgrades to access security patches. Neither delivers AI features you did not request into your working session. Neither charges you anything. The machine you are running Windows 10 on right now, the one that Microsoft told you was too old for Windows 11, will run either of these operating systems and feel faster than it did when you first took it out of the box. Not because Linux performs miracles, but because Windows had been spending your hardware's resources on things that were never for your benefit. Download both. Both have live environments that boot from a USB drive without installing anything, letting you test the full experience before committing a single change to your drive. Spend an hour with each on your specific hardware. The one that feels right after an hour of real use on your real machine is the one you should install. If this comparison helped you make the decision, subscribe for the complete extended guide covering hardware-specific performance results, gaming performance comparisons on both distributions, and the exact post-installation configuration steps that make either of these operating systems feel like a permanent home rather than a temporary experiment. The guides are specific, they are current, and they cover the details that every other comparison skips. That is Zorin OS 18, 1 versus Linux Mint 22. 3, the ultimate 2026 Windows replacement comparison. The decision is yours.